Good morning everyone, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your Einden weapons incredibly easily, because for those who don't know, there's currently a boost campaign for your Juvlog, your Volgan, your Einden, and even your armors, which makes it incredibly easy to upgrade as well as just fully gear yourself up. But with that being said, I do need to show everyone where do you actually get all of these weapons, because a lot of people don't know that when you head over to the shop over here and head over to the treasure shop, you can literally buy Juvlog weapons as well as pro grade armors with level 3 fixes on them already. And, well, unfortunately, I did lose a bet on stream, and now I have to make Juvlog daggers and learn how to use them. So we're going to be doing that right now. As we can see, we will be buying our Juvlog daggers over here, and as you can see, Sega set me up over here with the Fixa Fatale level 3s, so we're going to buy that right now. So now that we have our Juvlog daggers Fatale level 3, the very first thing that we're going to need to do is actually limit break it all the way to plus 100, so that we can enhance it all the way to 100 in order to get all the 8 augment slots available. So I'm going to do that right now. So the very first thing you need to do is, of course, head over to the item lab over here. Then we are going to go to limit break. We're going to find our weapons, which is, of course, our Juvlog daggers. And we're just going to keep limit breaking this until it gets to level 100. But because there is a campaign going on right now, you are saving yourself a lot of money. As you can see, series limited, required materials minus 75%, and required Meseta is also minus 75%. So it's incredibly cheap to fully limit break your weapon. And there we go. As you can see, enhancement limit has been increased to 100. Now, the reason why we did this is because we're actually going to be enhancing it all in one go. So we're going to click on the Juvlog daggers over here. The majority of you guys are probably just going to have Golden Prim Swords plus 90. But if you don't have that, let's say that you're a new or you're a returning player, it's perfectly fine to just feed it a bunch of Endemios as well. The reason why it's okay right now and why it's not okay in other times is simply because there is the great success rate plus 100%, so you're guaranteed to always have a great success. And second of all, the series limited required N-Meseta is also minus 75%. So yes, you will still save more money by using the Golden Prim Sword 2s, but it's not the end of the world if you don't have any and you just want to use Endemios because it's just easier and it's hassle-free. Alright, so we're simply just going to feed 2 of these Golden Prim Swords 2, and as you can see right here, it will get our weapon from 0 all the way to 100 with only 2 Golden Prim Swords 2, which is saving us a ton of Meseta. We're going to click yes, and it's a 100% success rate already, or great success rate, so we don't need to feed any boosters over here, and click yes. Well, bam, there we go. Great success. Our Juvlog daggers are now plus 100. All right, once you've got your Juvlog weapon all the way to enhancement level 100, this step is super important. I'm going to put like fireworks and special effects right now saying, warning, warning, very important part, okay? You need to put your EX Augments onto your weapon now. Do not do any augmenting yet. You have to put your 3 EX Augments onto your weapon now, okay? So, as you can see over here, we have some EX Augments on this Juvlog sword. It doesn't matter what EX Augments you put on your weapon because you're going to be able to switch them at any given time. But as you can see, these Juvlog daggers or these Juvlog weapons that we buy from the treasure shop do not have any EX Augments on them. So it's very important that you actually put them on. So again, we're going to head over to the item lab. We're going to click on augment transfer, and we have to click on all augment transfers. Right here, we're going to select our Juvlog daggers that has no augments over here, and then we're going to select any weapon that has 3 EX Augments. It's very important that you do this because you need to transfer these EX Augments over. Now, luckily for us with Juvlog weapons, you don't need augment transfer passes. You can see right here, it doesn't require any augment transfer passes, and it will simply just transfer these EX Augments over. As we can see right here, it's going to be a success. Well, bam, augments have been transferred over. And when we take a look at our Juvlog daggers, we now have 3 EX Augments. It's very important that you do this first, because if you put all of your augments onto your weapon first, then you're going to realize, oh wait, I don't have my 3 EX Augments. How do I get them onto your weapon? And you will have to redo the entire augment process, which means you will lose all of your previous augments that you put onto this weapon beforehand. All right, so you need to put all 3 EX Augments first. Once that is done, then you can add the last 5 augments onto your weapon. Now, in order to be more relatable, I have decided to use augments that we get from the Ultra Realm that are still endgame augments, but are relatively easy to obtain. So again, we're going to head over to our Juvlog daggers over here, and the 5 augments I've decided to pick is the Lux Hal Finale, the Gland Gigas Maste, the Gland Gladius Soul, the Grand Dreadkeeper 2, and a Lars capsule. Now, don't go crazy yet, guys, okay? I know a Lars capsule is very expensive and difficult to get, so relax. I just need to put it here for another video, all right? If you don't have a Lars augment and you're looking for something else, it's perfectly fine to just look for anything that has 4.5% potency or above and just slap that in. Now, as for the Grand Dreadkeeper 2, I personally like having Grand Dreadkeeper 2 because of its extra HP, PP, and just potency floor, but at the end of the day, it's really up to you if you just want damage, and if you're using like Fixa Fatale, which gives you crit rate and stuff like that, then you might not need the Grand Dreadkeeper 2. This is just my personal preference. But with that being said, we will be using these 5 augments, and because there is the enhancement campaign where the augmentation success rate is boosted by 10%, you can see everything has an 80% success rate, so we're going to do confirm right here, and then we're just going to slap in all of our augments, bang. And once that is done, we're going to click on start a fixed augment. We're going to throw in a 20% booster. It makes everything 100%, zero gambling required. Then we click yes, and bada bing, bada boom. Our weapon is almost complete. Now, do not be a potato like myself and always forget about unlocking the potential. You need to unlock the potential on your weapon because it's literally 30% potency, 5% crit rate, and all of these other goodies. If you don't unlock your weapon potential, you might be like, hey, Carol, why am I so weak? Why don't I do any damage? It's probably because you forgot to do this, because I always forget this step. Maybe like out of 10 videos, 8 out of the 10 videos, I will always forget this step. So make sure that you do it and you get your weapon potential all the way to the maximum. Now, do not worry about the cost too much because we also have the required materials minus 75% as well as the N-Meseta minus 75% as well. So, you know, take full advantage of all of these boost campaigns. It's going to save you a ton of materials because, you know, everything's just hyper discounted. Now that we have our Juvlog weapon with our Fixa 3 as well as our EX Augments and all of our fancy augments, now we can go upgrade our weapon. So in order to upgrade or evolve our weapon, we actually have to head over here to the item trader. Once we're at the item trader, we're going to scroll all the way down here to equipment upgrade and click on the second option over here, equipment upgrade to augment transfer. Then you're going to select the weapon category that you're using. So in my case, we're using twin daggers, and you can see we can evolve our Juvlog daggers into Volgan daggers and then into Einden daggers. Now, if you're like me and you have a butt ton of materials, you can upgrade directly into an Einden instead of going to a Volgan and then an Einden. It's just saving you a couple more clicks. However, the cost is exactly the same, all right? It's going to cost the exact same amount of materials, but nevertheless, we can see here are my Juvlog daggers. We're going to put in our 1,200 prograde grinders, our 450 Juvlog Volt 1s, as well as our 150 Juvlog Volt 2s. Then we're just going to click confirm. And then it's going to be like, hey, it's going to consume all of these. Are you okay? It's going to evolve your weapon into this beautiful Einden daggers. Wow, they look really pretty. And then we're going to go confirm and well, bam, complete. Now, once that is done, please do not forget to lock your weapon. The last thing you want to do is to accidentally sell your weapon or discard it and waste all the resources as well as effort that we just put into this weapon. All right, now that you have your weapon, you're good to go. However, here's a little bonus step, and that is, of course, finding the perfect EX Augments. Now, the EX Augments, at the end of the day, it's really up to your personal playstyle. The EX Augments that I personally like is not meta at all. However, it just gives me peace of mind. I like to use Tough Mind, Tri-Shield Follow, as well as Tri-Shield. So a very easy way to find that perfect combination is actually going to product search over here. All you need to do is click on search 1, 2, and 3 and simply fill out all of the different augments that you want. So the very first augment I wanted was Tough Mind. As we can see right here, there is Tough Mind 2X. Then the second augment I wanted was Tri-Shield. So we're going to type in Tri-Shield. We're going to select Tri-Shield 2X. And then the other one is Tri-Shield Follow. So right here, Tri-Shield Follow X. All right, once you have all 3 of these augments set in here, we're simply going to select a weapon, and then we're going to search by price. And as you can see here, boom, we get the perfect combination. However, it's going for 32 million Meseta, and that's way out of my budget. I'm not going to drop 32 million for these EX augments. So there is another way. Let's say that you don't care about the letters and you don't need all of the X variants. You can simply replace the letter with a question mark. So as you can see here, we've got Tough Mind question mark, Tri-Shield question mark, as well as Tri-Shield follow question mark. Search, and look at that. Now we can get all 3 of the augments we want for 500,000. So this is significantly cheaper. We're actually just gonna buy this right now. Boom, boom, and we're gonna say TY. And now we're gonna slap those onto our daggers. We're gonna head over here. We're gonna click on Augment Transfer, EX Augment Transfer. And as you can see, our Einden daggers are right here. Click on that. And then we're gonna click on the weapon that we just bought with all of the EX augments. And you can see right here, it'll just switch out the EX augments and will not touch any of your other augments. All right, so we're gonna click on that, say yes, and wha-bam. There we go. It's all done. We now have our perfect daggers with all of our different augments that we wanted, the Tough Mind, Tri-Shield, as well as Tri-Shield Follow. All right, now that you have all the perfect EX augments as well as your regular augments and it's fully enhanced and it's all good to go, the last step is optional. It's really up to you, but if you want, you can increase the Fixa level. Right now, as you can see, by default, everyone should be having Fixa 3 because you literally just buy it from the shop. It only costs 30,000 Meseta. So yeah, everyone should be rocking Fixa 3 right now. However, if you want to pursue a higher Fixa, it's also very easy. All you need to do is purchase additional weapons over here with these fixes. You know, let's just buy the Juvlog boots as well over here. We're gonna buy that and then head back to the item lab and go to preset skills, enhance preset skills, and then click on your weapon. So in our case, it is the Einden daggers. What you're going to notice is, hey, remember those boots that we just bought from the treasure shop for 30,000 with the Fixa 3? It shows up here. So even though we've upgraded our weapon to an Einden weapon, you can use the Juvlog weapons to upgrade your Fixa. So we're going to click on this and we're going to say yes. And you're going to see by default, there's a 20% success rate from boosting your Fixa 3 to a Fixa 4. And remember, you can literally buy out all the different weapons in the treasure shop and just use them as fodder every single day. Because free-to-plays get 1 refresh every single day, and if you're a premium member, you get 2 refreshes. But you can literally just gamble the 20% over and over and over, or if you have some boosters over here, you can use them as well. Like you can see here, I've got a bunch of 10%, 20% boosters, so we're going to use a bunch of our 10%. We're going to upgrade it a little bit. With 30% success rate, we're going to say yes, and let's see if we get it. Oh, it fails. Not a big deal. Do you know why? Because I have another Juvlog weapon with the Fixa 3. So here, we got another 30%, and let's gamble again. Oh, it failed again? Oh, that's unfortunate. It's perfectly fine. Why? Because I go back to the treasure shop, and look, I've got 1, 2, I've got 2 more weapons that I can play around with. By the way, this also works with your armor. So you can also use the armors as Fixa fodder. And then once we refresh the page, remember everyone gets 1 free refresh. Look at that. We've got more weapons that we can buy again and armors. So we're just going to buy all of them and let's try gambling again. So you can literally brute force a high Fixa onto your weapon or armor by just abusing this over and over and over. Because remember, it costs you nothing. It's just costing you a little bit of Meseta and wha-bam. Look at that. We've got a Fixa 4 now. Now that you've got a Fixa 4, let's say that you're greedy like myself. And I'm like, hey, I got Fixa 4. Maybe I can go for Fixa 5. It's the same process, except you have to make a Fixa 4 first by smashing in a bunch of Fixa 3s. So we're going to get our Juvlog Katana over here. We've got another Juvlog machine guns over here. Okay, we're slam them together. 30% chance for a Fixa 4. It doesn't matter what type of Fixa it is. Boom, we've got a Fixa Blaster level 4. Now we can take the Einden daggers and then we can smash in this Fixa 4 together. Boom. Look at that. We've got a 20% chance to get a Fixa Fatale level 5. But, you know, let's be a little bit greedy. We'll put a 20% booster. We have a 40% chance to get a Fixa level 5 now. And here we go. Please don't fail me. And there we go. Fixa 5 complete, guys. Okay, I honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was not expecting this to go this smoothly. But we managed to get Fixa 5 on our daggers. So there you go, you have an endgame weapon. Remember, a Fixa 5 Einden weapon is probably superior to a non-Fixa Zenit or even a non-Fixa Leyend. So that is just some food for thought, you know? You might want to just go with the Einden weapons because there's all these different campaigns to kind of incentivize you to go there. And you can push it all the way up to Fixa 5 for fairly cheap if you want to do so. And there you go. Now you have your endgame weapon. You're set until the new 14 stars come out. Probably in December or something. But nevertheless, this is a very, very powerful weapon. It is significantly stronger than whatever free weapon that the game gives you. So you definitely want to take advantage of all of these campaigns as well as the freebies, because they will be going away at the end of this month. All right, so you have an entire month to do so. This video literally comes out on the 5th. So I'm giving you guys like a 25-day head start. So please take advantage of this. Now, while we're on the topic of upgrading, I do want to remind everyone the same logic applies with your armors as well. The only thing that's different about the armors is you can't put EX Augments onto armors, so you are going to need to have 8 different augments. For those who are wondering, hey Carol, what are the best in slot augments that I should be using for my armors? It's going to be a Lars, a Ratty, Lois Halfinale, Grand Gladiosol, Ultia Domina, Glan Gigas Maste, Terror Trial, and Grand Dreadkeeper 2. The Grand Dreadkeeper 2 is optional. You don't have to use Grand Dreadkeeper 2. You can use something that gives you even more potency or even more damage. However, I personally just like having that extra HP, that extra tankiness. But at the end of the day, you pretty much want to use these 8 augments plus or minus 1 or 2. All right? And once you're done with all of that, don't be like me and you can push your Fixa up to Fixa 5. I've got all the fodder waiting for me right here. You can do the exact same thing. Sure, it's an Execule armor, but you can use the Progate armors as Fixa fodder to smash them together to push this Fixa 3 to a Fixa 4 and then likewise to Fixa 5.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.